So here's a report from Daily Wire. Far-left climate extremist Greta Thunberg faced backlash on social media for posting imagery that was widely condemned as anti-Semitic and encouraging people to back organizations that support the extermination of Israel while posing in a photo with pro-Palestinian activists. Week 270, Thunberg posted on X, "Today we strike in solidarity with Palestine and Gaza. The world needs to speak up and call for an immediate ceasefire, justice and freedom for Palestinians and all civilians affected." Thunberg's message echoed statements made by Islamic terrorist group Hamas when they launched unprecedented terror attacks against Israel, murdering more than 1,400 Israelis. People in the photo held signs that said, "Free Palestine, climate justice now, stand with Gaza," and climate justice now. There we go. Free Palestine, climate justice now. This Jew stands with Palestine, stand with Gaza. Okay. So that was the picture. In fact, just keep the picture up on the screen. Because that led to a big backlash from many people, including people on the right, who said that this was anti-Semitic. I'm looking for the exact, let's see. Journalist Ian Miles Chong noted that a light blue stuffed octopus that is in the photo was a reference to anti-Semitic imagery that has long been used to demonize the Jewish people and the state of Israel. Thunberg claimed in a follow-up post that she had no idea the stuffed animal in the photo, when combined with expressing support for the group of people who had just committed terrorist attacks against Israel, could be interpreted as a symbol for anti-Semitism. "I was completely unaware," she claimed, adding that the stuffed animal was used by autistic people as a way to communicate feelings. So, all right, so a couple things about this. First of all, only demonstrates, again, it just proves the point I was making at the top of the headlines, that this is, in the West anyway, Greta Thunberg's not from America, thank God, but in the West anyway, they look at this issue through a radical left-wing filter. And I mean, you could probably this exact photo, if we were to go back in 2020, we'd see almost this exact photo with Greta Thunberg, and instead of Free Palestine, it's BLM and the BLM fist. It's like, it's the same thing to them. They don't see it as any different. And that's why she also, you throw in something like climate justice and you piggyback that onto the issue. Now, what in the world what does climate justice mean, first of all? It's a nonsensical concept. What does the climate have to do with what's happening in Israel right now? Well, it's all part of the same jumble, is all. So, I wanted to show this picture because it proves that point. And also, I will say, look, far be it from me to ever defend Greta Thunberg. In fact, I don't think I ever have in my life. And so this is going to be a first. But I buy her excuse. Like, I don't think, this is, and I know there's people on the right and conservatives that were jumping on this and saying that this is anti-Semitic because of the octopus. Now, if you want to point out that, well, you got that Free Palestine, the message of Free Palestine, we're standing with Palestine after all those Israeli civilians were just murdered, and you want to point out how horrific and awful that is, agreed. But when it comes to the octopus specifically, this is something, even though there's some conservatives that are jumping on this bandwagon and say, oh, the octopus, it's anti-Semitic imagery. This is something you find on the left a lot, where someone takes a picture and there's something really seemingly innocuous in the picture, and then the left says, oh, that's bigoted, that's racist, because that, image or that thing you're doing with your hand, that hand gesture is linked to some white supremacist trope. And most of the time you hear them making this connection. Sometimes they're just inventing the connection. But even if it's true, it's like, who knew that? That's really obscure. Who knew? I had no idea. So the octopus imagery is linked to anti-Semitic imagery in the past. I had no clue about this association. I would venture to guess that 99% of people, if you ask them whether the octopus is linked to anti-Semitic imagery, I think 99% of people would say, what? Octopus? What does that have to do with anything? I'm still a little bit confused about what the association is there. So it's a pretty obscure association, I think we can agree, or should be able to agree. Is that what Greta Thunberg was trying to convey? Or is her excuse the more plausible scenario, which is that it helps her communicate feelings? That sounds like something Greta Thunberg would do. That she have her emotional support stuffed animal with her to help her in this emotionally trying time. That tracks with me. I'm more than willing to believe that for her. If you run a small business, you need to plan ahead. One of the best ways to do that is by using Stamps.com for all of your mailing and shipping needs. Stamps.com lets you print your own postage and shipping labels right from your home or office space. It's incredibly convenient. Your shipping labels are ready to go in minutes so you can get back to running your business sooner. We don't waste time here at Daily Wire. We've used Stamps.com since 2017. Our office management staff loves Stamps.com because they don't have to spend hours at the post office. Stamps.com offers rates you can't find anywhere else, like up to 84% off USPS and UPS. Plus, they will automatically tell you your cheapest and fastest shipping options. For 25 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable to over 1 million businesses. You can print postage wherever you do business, no lines, no traffic, no waiting. They even send you a free scale, so you'll have everything you need to get started. Set your business up for success. Get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code Walsh for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and free digital scale. No long-term commitment or contracts required. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code Walsh. And either way, I mean, even if having the octopus stuffed animal there was supposed to be some kind of obscure, subliminal, anti-Semitic thing, it just as a strategic standpoint, it's best to ignore it because you sound overly sensitive and crazy by harping on that. Say, oh, that stuffed octopus is anti-Semitic. So if it was intentional, then it was bait. And she was putting this seemingly innocuous thing there to try to bait the other side into latching onto it and accusing her of being anti-Semitic for something that she could then turn around and say, what are you talking about? It's a stuffed octopus is all. So worst case scenario, it was bait, and then by latching onto it, then you have fallen for the bait. If you'd like to see what else I have to say, you can access my full show by going to dailywire.com or by going to the Matt Walsh Show Twitter page. Hope to see you there. Godspeed.